There we go. I think we're good. Can you hear us now? Yes. Okay. No biggie. Okay, so let's back up. Pikes Peak, and we went to Garden of the Gods, and we did a bunch of stuff. We were in Colorado, and then tomorrow I'm gonna be going out to camping and golfing, so we're gonna be good. So hopefully the sound is back. Perfect. Thank you, Peng. And so I'm making biscuits because I've been tasked for the last 4 years to make biscuits and gravy because everybody loves it so much. So I'm making 48 biscuits. They're little teeny tiny square ones, not teeny tiny, but they're enough. And then I'm also making 5 pounds of gravy, maybe more. So it is a lot of gravy. But yeah, so these are super simple. I was just telling Amy and Denise that these are super simple to put together, really. There's 4 major dry ingredients, and we're gonna mix something up because, again, I'm gonna just show you a little preview. So this is what they're gonna look like at the end. Now, we were discussing that they don't have as much lift as we would have thought. So because of that, we're gonna.
Or they have in the past.
Well, I think, yeah, but I mean, so this recipe is based on one that is from Martha Stewart, and it has baking powder, not baking soda. So it does. Sometimes they have both. So what we're going to do with this batch that I mix on air is we're going to add a little bit. Maybe there's let's see. There's 1 tablespoon of baking powder, but we'll probably add like a half, 3/4 to a teaspoon of baking powder, and that will react with the acidity inside of the buttermilk, and that will kind of help with the lift as well. So. We're going to try and get this 2 ways. And then the cocktail we're going to make is a variation on the cocktail called a Southern Charm, which is usually bourbon, honey syrup, fresh lemon juice, and then if you want to, you can have a little sprig of rosemary for garnish. I don't see what it actually adds to the whole thing.
What's it called?
It's a Southern Charm. But now, contrary to what your eyes are telling you, this is not honey. This is, we took the pears that we got off of our tree, and then I got the juice out of it, and then I made syrup. And by adding, there is sugar in this, but to make the syrup, it's like a simple syrup, but using just pear juice. It is sweet, and it's very, very honey viscous syrupy like. We have a lot of it. It tastes like fall, to be honest with you, because it tastes like pears, but I put a little teeny bit of cinnamon and vanilla in it, just a teeny tiny bit of each. So that's going to be good. And otherwise, yeah, we've got that going on. So did anybody try and make those puff pastries we made last time? Oh, they're so good. We were talking about like other things that we could put in them that would be really good. I was thinking you could put roll up like salami and like the sun-dried tomatoes again, and like a little cream cheese in there. Whoa, get out of town. So
stop.
Let's just get going here. So I've got 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, and that's just going to go into our. Now, why you could probably ask yourself, Doug, why are you using a food processor? Because this makes making biscuits about 100 times easier. You don't have to make a well. You don't have to add your liquid to it. And cutting in the butter becomes infinitely easier. So this is our tablespoon of baking powder. And then this is a teaspoon, half teaspoon of salt. It's not a ton of salt. I recommend smothering them with salted butter or salted honey butter or a little salted cayenne butter. All of these things are good. And then, like I said, I'm going to eyeball that's about a teaspoon of baking powder. We're going to see how that all comes together. So, but let's pulse. And all we're really doing is just incorporating the dry ingredients. Okay, so that's all you need to do for that part. Ooh, did you see the cloud burst of flour? So I'm getting out of the refrigerator cold butter and the cold buttermilk because you want it to be cold when it goes in because you don't want it to melt too much. And that's why we're also we'll add this to the refrigerator back after we do this because again, it's going to be warmed up and we want that butter to sort of solidify so that it melts inside the oven. So I'm just going to cut this into little squares to help distribute it a little bit better. And then, whoop. How's everybody been? We missed you. I saw your message on the Discord ping and that was my inspiration to try and get this done today. We were supposed to play D&D, but one of our players couldn't. So I was like, hey, I've got some free time. Well, I don't really have some free time, but you know, it is what it is, right? How did you feel about the trip, my love?
About our trip to Colorado?
Yeah.
It was fun. There were days where we were super busy and days where we just hung out and relaxed. And that's like the best of all worlds. What is going on out there?
There's nothing going on out there.
I think there is something going on out there.
You think there's a
raccoon?
Ooh, a raccoon. Now that, if we could capture it and put a little chef's hat on it, we could really add some spice to this.
King Trash Mouth? You want King Trash
I
Mouth
mean, and what's his husband's name? Gordy or something like that. No. So I'm just distributing this sort of a little bit around because again, I don't want it to clump up, but also it's going to be whirled about by the helicopter blade that is in here.
So it was.
They were hearing the lily pad in there. I don't want to go too much on this. It's about as far as I really want to take it now. I want to look at it. And it should look neat, like, you know, when I grab it, there should be pieces you can see. This, I'm going to actually take it maybe a little bit further because you do have, here's a big chunk of butter, which is not what I want. So, you know, the technique on this is, again, use your eyeballs. And if you have chunks that are a little bit bigger, that's fine. But I mean, eventually when you roll them out, you're kind of going to get, that was like I was rapping.
Kind of gotta get it.
That's why I'm flattening out this when I get it, because I want all this to be covered in the butter or the flour so that it's kind of, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Okay. So the next portion of this, you know, I was thinking about it. I should have just, like I said yesterday, I should have just taken Monday and Tuesday this week off work. I worked Monday and Tuesday. We were off all last week, and then I went to work yesterday and today. And I was, not that I was useless, but I mean, I really didn't try and start anything because why would you do that? So, okay. So we're going to take our buttermilk and we're just going to slowly trickle it in. And if you want, my love, you can concentrate right here and you will see that this is going to start to turn into a ball.
Ta-da!
Done. So now this is nice and together. And what we're going to do is just really quickly before we bag it up. Now, I'm going to show you something that I've been noticing, but this is okay. There is a bit of the dry stuff in here, but that's actually going to be fine because we're going to need it like this. And you can see down here, there's already some stickage. Or as Steve I would say, some sticky icky in. No? Okay. Oh. Whatever. I don't know what that.
Ooh, yum.
There's an hour and a half from here?
Yeah,
Apple
but
Hill?
remember those folks were talking about it, and she was like, "Such a long drive, and there's so many people.
Yeah.
You got to really want it." But
Well,
that's nice.
it used to be fun to go, but look, I don't know, we had I'm not saying this is the reason why it didn't go back, but we got French fries, but they were sweet potato fries, and it was the first time Amy and I ever had sweet potato fries. And
We are not a fan.
And both of us were like, "This is not good. We did not like this." So, anyways, I'm not saying that's why we went back because we were traumatized by that, but I'm just gonna give this a quick, squarish shape because we're gonna make them into squares. And this will help us as it sits. Now, as this goes into a zippy lock bag, and for I'd say about 15 or so minutes, you're going to want to have this in the refrigerator to kind of firm up that butter. So I made 3 batches pretty much already. One's in the oven, one's already cooked, and then I have this one. I'm going to take, I took it out a little early because I do want it to be a little bit pliable. And so what we're going to do is I've got a little bit of flour just to spread things out here. I don't know. Maybe it was
We
just
had sweet potato in that egg cup thing at the Escape Lounge. That was like sweet potato tater tots.
Yeah.
And that was delicious.
Yeah, those were
I
good.
think we just got maybe bad sweet potato
Maybe.
fries.
That's
what you get for ordering sweet potato fries at an Apple Hill thing.
Yeah. So I'm going to maybe make this a little bit now thicker just to see. And then also we're going to re-roll some stuff out. But what I'm going to...
Did you add the both baking soda and baking powder?
No, we're going to be able to see. And I'll post some pictures of if there's a difference on on this video, or there's a post I can make on the YouTubes. But I might do it on
a follow-up
or an Instagram, or you can follow us on any of those at Side Dish Cooking. What an interesting segue that we had there. So when you normally make these, you would make them round and you're going to cut the biscuits out, right? And so you're going to get a raw edge out of it. So what I'm going to do is, and what I mean by that is I'm getting a cut edge that is going to allow for layer separation. That's what it should be doing, okay? And so don't worry, none of this is going to waste. We're going to re-roll it out and we're going to make sure that we use everything, right?
How many did you get out of one batch?
Well, you should get 12. I got
How big are they, like 2 by 2? 3 by 3?
What do you call that?
2.5 by 2.5?
Sure. Again, this is perfect. You're going to open this up. You're going to smother it in gravy. You're going to put 2 on your plate, and you're going to have a good time. Believe me. Just trust me. I know what I'm talking about. You didn't see that. Don't worry about it. So I'm just going to... We'll see what we get out of this. Should I do these in half and then see what I get? Do you think I can get 3 out of this?
Well, if you do those in half, that's only 6. So that's only 9.
Oh, that's true. So in thirds?
Thirds.
Yeah, that's about right.
Let me see. Hold on up.
I mean, they're all different sizes.
Yeah.
You know what?
Why didn't you just cut these with a pizza cutter?
I mean, you could. I just didn't want to get another tool. Do what your heart feels. If you want
Cut them
one,
in circles.
if
Cut
you
them in
want
hearts.
if you want one big biscuit, I don't recommend that because it's going to take too long to cook. but I do, if you want them in 6, make 6. I don't care. I'm not in charge
Just
of
watch them.
Yeah. It's all about, again, use your eyeball. Eyeballs? No, eyeballs. That's a medieval thing. Eyeballs. So I've got parchment lined, baking sheet as we are to do.
And you can put them pretty close because they don't really go out.
Nope. So yeah, you're gonna want to get, you can put, if you're making a bunch of these batch wise, you could totally get these close together. And then you just, we're gonna take this, try and get a little higher. And we'll probably have to do this a couple of times just to get to where we need to be. And now Amy already had experienced the one that was weird on the other, so they're going to be long. Again, see what we did there? We went with our heart. And then this guy will be small, and should I leave it like this and see what happens by not cutting the edges off?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. Oh, we went to a hockey game. That was awesome.
Yeah, free game.
That was really
Avalanche versus Dallas Stars.
Yeah.
That was fun.
You want to have a cocktail?
Yes, please.
Okay. Let's have some. Let's get some ice in your glass.
We went to the top of Pikes Peak, 14,000 feet elevation.
14,110 or something like that.
We went on the railroad.
That was super fun. That day was.
There was thin.
Oh my goodness! They have EMTs up there, but they try and sell you air at the bottom, and then they have
They
EMTs.
don't actually try, but they do have it.
I think by
I haven't
having it
asked
there,
about
it does imply that you should buy some air, but I don't know. All right, so again, if you want, I'm gonna make mine. Tell you what, I'm going to make it as it goes. 2 ounces, 1 ounce, 1 ounce.
Okay.
And then if we need more, we can add a little syrup and you can mix it by hand. But I think this is sweeter than honey syrup would be, which is honey,
We'll just
water.
mix yours, we'll taste it, and then if I want more in mine, you can mix it with more.
This is why she's the brains of this operation. It keeps me honest about things. So this is just bourbon. Bullet. It's good.
So it's just 2-1-1 over ice, no other liquid?
That's it.
Southern Charm.
So I need this. Look at that. Liquid gold. Oh my god, that looks so good. And then we I had to bring Amy in earlier because we had lemon and lime, and I couldn't remember which because I didn't label them. And so I was like, which one of these smells like lemon and which one smells like lime? And we were both like this, like took the cap off. I think this one's lime. And we agreed on which one was lime, so.
Hopefully we're right.
All right, so now we give this a shaky, shaky, shaky. Smells pretty good. I mean, it's bourbony, citrusy, whatever. Fall color. Kind of looks like apple cider a little bit, a little lighter, but. Well, that's quite delightful.
Really?
I don't think you need. What do you tell me?
That's good. Just the way it is.
Yeah, I don't. If this was not as sweet as it is, I would maybe go. If you're using the honey syrup for it, and you're not the biggest bourbon fan, use a ounce and a half. But I think
is it honey syrup or just simple syrup?
It's honey syrup.
Oh.
So basically,
air syrup.
Yeah. So basically, equal parts hot water and honey, and stir until fully dissolved. Allow it to cool. And that's delightful. No flavor overwhelms the other one really, but you don't get that sort of. But some people get that for the bourbon, so it's really really good. I get that one now.
Okay.
We had some good meals as well. There was
This amazing Mexican restaurant called Milagro.
Milagro, I think it is. A Milagros.
Milagros? I don't remember. Anyways, it was amazing.
Oh yeah. 25 minutes. Perfect. Okay. So look they came out nice, golden brown on the top. That's what we're looking for. I'm gonna set these over here and then we'll use my lava hands to take them off. We're gonna put these in. 25 minutes. And we're gonna talk about different aspects of, like, there's so many biscuits out there in the world. What's the worst biscuit you think you've ever had?
The worst biscuit I've ever had?
Yeah, like it was like a hockey puck or dry or whatever. Now, I know this doesn't count, but typically, sometimes we have a friend, our friend Sandor, who goes with us on golf camp, and he's not going this year. But you have to make gluten-free ones, and I got to tell you, those are like hockey pucks. I don't know what it is. They just don't raise the same, even though
they have no lift.
So there's no, the gluten development isn't there, but it still would be like, you would think you would get some. So
I don't know. I mean, pretty much like all biscuits.
I mean, listen, the Pillsbury ones, the flaky ones, the layers. I mean, come on. That's in a pinch. They're real good. And I want to figure out, and I think those biscuits are more laminated. So you've got, layers upon layers, and you just stack them up, then cut them out. These are not those types of biscuit, right? So if you're looking for that type of biscuit, it's a totally different technique where, I mean, the things that I've seen is you don't even have the butter in your dough. You basically dough, butter, and then you fold and you fold and you fold and you fold. So you make a laminated pastry, and it would be the same manner of things, but
like croissant, right? Isn't that how you do croissant?
Yeah. Or there's got to be. I'm sure you can look like Grand's layer, like flaky layered, and copycat recipe and see.
Yeah.
I think the citrus is really a good note on it as well.
Yeah, I was worried they might not play well together, but it's very good.
Again, if you really want to, you could, garnish this with rosemary. But the other one,
about just bourbon, pear syrup, and sparkling water.
That would also be good. It'd be like
it'd be more fall.
What is that? Fizz, like a bourbon fizz. There's
no, because of egg white in it.
No, that's not. It's not. That's why I'm not. There's some.
Okay, please get a small plate.
Do you want to try one of those biscuits?
I do, and I want it with butter and a little sprinkling of salt and the pear syrup on it.
Guilty the I'm just going to use the salted butter. Right?
Okay.
Make sure it's soft. I know it's soft.
We have our new knife. Oh, shandy.
Yeah.
Would that be a shandy?
Maybe. Now see this? Look at that. That is delightful.
Ooh, that smells good.
Got this cool knife. Do you want to see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you bet. I was going to
Andrea
order those
Lino.
for your stocking.
Oh, you were? Andrea and Lino had one. And I was like, oh, that's clever. And then they got me one.
The things you find online, right? Probably better when you have cold butter.
Can people see how it's working?
I like this.
Why not?
Because it goes through the holes every time you push it down.
Watch the holes, people. Oh, yeah. That's awesome. So if you had cold butter, it will spread easy.
Yeah. So you can use the other side, I think. Anyways, there's this side.
Yeah, it's just like serrated.
Yeah, which is good too. All right. So you want butter? You want a little sprinkle of salt?
No, not if that's salted butter.
Tiny butter knife. Tiny butter knife.
Don't we have another squeezy for that?
Now, I'm not telling you your business, but if you take some of this and made a compound butter,
Ooh, yeah.
that's where it's at.
Eddie says you can tell a lot about a person by the size of their butter knife.
You know what? Nobody asked you. Nice to see you, though.
Oh, yeah.
Did we invent a winner?
Mm-hmm. Mm. 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 Mm.
Well, I'll be the judge of that. Butter. I love butter.
Why don't you want any?
Yeah.
What part of this do you think you're not going to like?
Well, I like the pear syrup. I just
Okay.
We want just a biscuit?
no. I don't want my dinner.
Nacho surprise. Guess what? The surprise is you get nachos. So, all right. I'm going to try it with the butter and without the syrup.
Oh, they burn.
Mm-hmm. So,
Biscuits are a good vessel for a lot of stuff.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Biscuits are good.
It's good.
So, oh wait, it was a little dry.
You're right.
I shouldn't take them that big of a bite. You can still take that, drink it down. We could add a little bit of sparkling water to it and see what it looks like.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my gosh, your timing's real good.
Yep. That's it.
Oh, I can see cops from here.
Oh, okay. So you got more lift.
Yeah. So for next time I do this, I know tablespoon of baking powder, teaspoon of baking soda, buttermilk. It's gonna help with that lift, and that's what we want because that lift is airy. You're gonna get good layering. It's really gonna. Why I want to really find out what's happening here.
When I was trying to take my nap and you were making biscuits out here, I kept thinking, why does he keep vacuuming just a small area? But it was the food processor.
Yeah. I mean,
what is he doing?
I can totally understand that. So, the vacuum. Actually, I don't know if I've told this story. how we had a Dyson vacuum that the thing stopped spinning. And so I was really sad. And so I went out to do something in the garage, which then triggered a chain of events in which I ended up
The
basically.
joy of ADHD
Yeah.
in adults.
So I went outside to do something. I couldn't tell you what I was going outside to do, but then I was like walking on the floor and I was like, it's so dirty in here because the dogs come in and out of there. So I started sweeping. And then I was like, wait, I have this vacuum that just sucks and it would be pretty great. And then I was like, no, it would be really even better if the brush spun. So I was like, I'm going to figure out why the brush doesn't spin. Watched a few videos, found out how to take it apart, took it apart, and then I figured out what was wrong with it. Ordered the part, put it back together, now it works. So it was, cost me $40 in total to put in my time. But I never did accomplish what I actually went out to the garage for.
Which was
I have no idea now. That's the point of all this, is that, the spiral that my brain goes into. There's a video about like a Malcolm in the Middle. This is a thing too. Like there's a whole video. You could probably find it on there if you did it, but it's like Hal comes home and he comes in and there's a light bulb out in the garage and he goes into the house to pull out, get the light bulb, and the drawer is not pulling. So he goes out to the garage to fix that, and he fixes the drawer, takes the thing back, gets distracted. And when his wife comes home, he's taking the motor out of the car or something like that. And she's like, what are you doing?
like changing the oil.
Yeah. And she goes, what are you doing? And he goes, I'm changing the light bulb. Because again, there's this avalanche, and I've never felt more seen, because sometimes my brain, like, I'll be doing something very, very specifically.
Oh yeah,
Exactly. So exactly that. They see we're on the same thing. And it's crazy because again, it happens to
That
me.
stopped at 15 seconds.
That's 15 minutes.
Oh,
it has 15 minutes left?
Uh-huh.
Oh, so we're not going to be able to see.
I mean, we can talk for 15 minutes. I mean, we're way early. It's only 7:35.
I should go to bed. I went to bed too late last night.
What were you doing?
I was crafting and I lost track of time.
What time? When did you go to bed? I didn't see.
After 11.
Whoa!
I know. On a school night.
I can't believe you didn't turn it into a pumpkin.
Well, I almost did.
All right. Well, can you turn to show these real quick?
Yep.
Just so we can. If you can't see it.
We can see. Why is there no light on? Turn the light on.
Need a new bulb.
Oh, you broke it again? 'Cause you
No,
always leave it
Olga, I
on?
think when she cleaned the oven this time, it burnt it up. But the point being is the lift that I was looking for out of these ones is what I'm getting. Actually,
That's the lift.
that's not correct. These are not the ones that we have the baking powder in.
They're not?
No, those are in the refrigerator.
Oh. Well, then what do you suppose it is? You got to close that before it falls.
I have no
Not
idea.
really a thing.
But so all that I just said, or could no,
Do you think you worked this less or?
maybe I don't know. To be honest with you, I'm as baffled as anybody right now.
Okay. Well,
We did it though. So no show this weekend. Show, no show, and then we're good for there for a while because we're going to be in Napa. So we might do a show on the Wednesday. We'll probably do that. So don't listen to me. Anyways, thanks for stopping by as always. I'm glad we got to do this tonight because I missed you guys as much as you missed us. And so if you need anything, you know where to find us, sidedishcooking@gmail.com. Please, we're looking for your recipes for Thanksgiving again. So if you have anything that you want to, throw out there, Halloween, you got any Halloween traditions? Tell us those and try making these and try making one of these cocktails. I mean, you won't have pear syrup, but you will have honey syrup, and let us know what you think. Anyways, thank you. We love you so much. Take care. And remember, be kind, be loyal, do something nice for somebody next week. I really appreciate you. We love you. We'll see you next week.